Welcome to the Collaborative Resource Hub by Wellness Provisions. I'm Amy McBride, owner of Wellness Provisions, the most badass wellness business. You're tuning in to the Delay Dying Blog podcast edition because who wants to read when you can have someone read to you? Unless you like using your eyeballs, then catch every single essay over on the website. Just select ones, make it to the podcast. And if you're the pill popping type, no supplements, then Welly P has you covered. We supply rock and rollers with high quality supplements. We're a trustworthy place to go where you can essentially shop blindfolded. Last but not least, my legal disclaimer: nothing in this essay or the Collaborative Resource Hub substitutes medical advice. Please connect with your GP if you need medical guidance. These are my essays, my take on all things wellness, written to educate and inspire. Enjoy today's essay. When you aren't getting what you want. When you aren't getting what you want, everything sucks, right? You feel bummed, but what can you do? Wallow in it? Feel pissed off? Take your disappointment out on others? Let it totally wreck your day, or maybe even your entire week if you're really down and out? Maybe you hyper-focus on what's going wrong and consequently miss out on the things that actually went right, or alternative solutions that could have saved the day if you just opened your freaking eyes. So what I want to do in this essay is help you take a step back and realize not all is lost. Obviously, this is a general way to handle general situations that aren't life or death. So if you're dealing with ultra specific stuff that is end of the world worthy sadness, then reach out to me and let's do some wellness coaching, because this essay is only a general guide, my friends. Anyway, we're going to dig into some ways to rebalance yourself when it feels like all is lost and nothing will ever be good again, because they will be good again. And you can rebalance yourself when you're in the thick of it. Although, yes, it takes some discipline and a little willpower to want to feel better and to have the intention to actually take action. To quote the tattoo on the back of my own neck, this too shall pass. Remember that the bad feelings will pass, as will the good feelings. Take action or bury your head under the covers. It's all too easy to bury yourself under the covers and block out the light of reality when things are hard. You didn't get something you had your heart set on. It fell through, they left, it ended. That sucks a supreme amount, and it's really hard to do good things for yourself and look for the good in the situation when it feels like a door just slammed shut in your face and stubbed your toe while you were standing there. But you have to make a choice. And if you can make it when you're clear-headed and line things up for your future self, then you're going to be ahead of the game. Do you want to feel better? Do you want to make things better for yourself? Do you want to take ownership over what happened, accept it, and take steps to improve things? Or do you want to sit and feel like crap about yourself? Why does this always happen to me? How could they do that to me? I'm always the victim. I can't make things better. Guess what, friend? You can. That's a mindset and that's a choice. Now, choose the opposite. And if you can write yourself something motivational, give yourself some direction or even a plan for when things are bad. Like, for example, take a walk, call my best friend, go to the beach. For when your head feels cloudy, then you're making it easier for yourself when your brain won't be flowing as smoothly in that future moment. When you're feeling stuck and hopeless, you got something to fall back on. Dominate your life. Don't be a victim. Choose to dominate the fuck out of your life instead of being a powerless victim. I mean, okay, I can't actually tell you what to do, but I'm telling you that dominating your life feels a whole lot better. But if you decide to make that choice, you're going to have to axe the victim label, which has been part of your identity for a very, very long time, I'm sure. So this process isn't exactly easy. But all I want to do here is open your eyes, Clockwork Orange style, to make you stare into a new reality, no blinking allowed, that you do have the choice to abandon your self-pity, fuck my life, everyone hates me, I was born to lose mentality. Maybe it's punk rock and edgy, but when it comes down to it, who exactly is it serving? No one. Why wouldn't you want to own your choices, be resilient, create your reality and your successes, process life in order to grow and become stronger? Dominate the fuck out of your life and take no prisoners. That is punk rock. Timing. All right, here's something to consider. Timing. If you took time out of the equation, how would you feel? What you want or who you want just isn't coming together. You're not feeling good. Things feel dark and hopeless. But what if you pretended there was no finish line? I know this doesn't work with all situations, but it does a fair amount. And you had all the time in the world. Would you feel a little more relaxed about what you want that isn't happening right now? Say you want that relationship to really solidify and take off, but right now you aren't exactly sure what's going on and if they like you. So if you were to keep living your life, doing things that make you happy in the meantime, spending time with people who make you feel good in the meantime, how would that feel? If you didn't need it right now, and if it was allowed to happen sometime, how would you feel? Stoked that eventually it will come together? So give it space to breathe. Take time out of the equation and let things unfold in their own time. What happens if? What would happen if that person didn't do that thing that you're waiting on them for? What is the worst thing that happens if you don't hear back about that big thing you want? Journal this out. Seriously, if said thing doesn't come into fruition, then what? Does the world start counting down from 10 until it explodes in your face, shrapnel everywhere, scarring your eyeballs? No, man, that ain't gonna happen. So in realizing what's the worst thing that happens if, then you can set yourself up for a plan B or an exit strategy, or maybe just a sufficient stopgap. So here's a real life example for me, but I'll keep it anonymous. It's Wednesday and a Collaborative Resource Hub podcast interview is airing. Said musician is supposed to share their interview on their social media. Well, guess what, folks? Wednesday came and went. They didn't post it, but maybe they will Thursday. I'm sad and frustrated. So I whip out my trusty journal and write down, what happens if said musician doesn't post this to their social media? And then I answer, well, nothing. Less views, less people discovering what Welly P does, less new followers to get hip to our services. All right, so ultimately, I realized while it is a true bummer, life goes on. So I have to accept what is and keep moving forward. And hopefully the next musician will post and I'll regain some lost traction. Things aren't actually as bad as we think they are if you work out its unfolding, or lack thereof, on paper. Understanding. Oftentimes, what we want is tied to another person, whether it's getting news from a job interview or waiting for someone to text you back. Try taking a step back from the situation and from yourself and put yourself in their shoes. How many other tasks are they tending to? Hearing from them might be your priority, but are you theirs? How's their mental health? Are they stable? Can they show up for you right now? Can they even show up for themselves? Sometimes it's helpful to remember that the universe doesn't revolve around us. Life gets in the way sometimes for the person you're waiting on, no matter how bad you want results. So try having compassion for what the other person may be going through. Hell, maybe they got in a fender bender this morning or their pet is sick. You really have no clue what is going on in someone's life. So give them the benefit of the doubt. But if it's someone you consistently interact with and they consistently leave you feeling like you need to chalk your fingers in order to hang on to this cliff all the damn time, then perhaps consider laying down some expectations or boundaries moving forward. Other options. Gratitude can make a difference too. I know you might roll your eyes, but hear me out. If you can zoom out of this micro bubble of fucked upness and look at all the other things and people who are contributing to your life in a positive way, or just that random stranger who held the door, or that amazing taco you just ate, then you're going to feel a little better. And feeling better by noticing the good around you legit improves your brain chemistry and also, on an energetic level, aligns you with more good things. It also lessens the sting about that thing that's been breaking your heart. You may need to wallow in the crap for a period of time and really feel the pain, really understand what it means, how what happened affected you, what you're left with. But give yourself a time limit. Pain and suffering are important to your growth, but the flip side of that coin is action and joy. So you got to pick yourself up after a bit and start taking action to get yourself back on track and feeling better. Do you know how much is out there for you? How many opportunities? A lot. Be open to them, create them, seek them. I'm a believer that life unfolds just as it's supposed to. Maybe that just helps keep me sane, but is that so wrong? So, yeah, things we want just don't end up happening for us. And it hurts. I get it. But allow yourself to see the bigger picture. What if there is something better just down your path that you haven't stumbled on yet? What if you are simply spared something that was so not right for you? Having awareness that life will be okay, sad feelings will mellow out, and other opportunities will present themselves can make a huge difference in your outlook. It can get you through the muck a lot faster, process those crap feelings, and lighten the heaviness so you can breathe again, move forward again, and feel lighter. Trust that things are always working out for you. That may mean you have a back and forth in your head between this totally sucks and things will be okay. But eventually, that tug of war will end and things will actually be okay. Something awesome will come along, and then one day, those awesome feelings will subside too. Because remember, this too shall pass. If keeping your head above water seems really, really hard sometimes, please reach out. I'm here to help guide you towards shallow waters where you can stand up on your own and walk to dry land. It's what I do as a wellness coach who loves to work with folks on developing a growth mindset for their own happiness. Over and out, Amy McBride, Wellness Provisions.
My life was a mess until I met